the heart of the UAE, where luxury meets tradition, lies a story that no one saw coming. The world of royalty is usually one filled with glitz and glamour, but for Sheikha Mahra, Dubai's most beloved princess, the reality was far more shocking. She wasn't just a princess. She was a woman betrayed, and what was her reaction? Well, her reaction became news for the whole world to see. This is a tale of royalty, betrayal, and public scandal. An explosive story of Sheikha Mahra's divorce, the cheating scandal that shook Dubai, and how her father, the ruler of Dubai, reacted. This scandal wasn't just a personal fallout, but one that sent shockwaves across royal circles globally. But how did her father, Dubai's ruler, react? And what led to such a public falling out? Stay tuned as we uncover the details of the cheating scandal that banished her husband from the royal fold. Royal families are known for their discretion and tight-lipped approach when it comes to personal matters. However, Sheikha Mahra broke all royal protocols in July 2024 when she took to Instagram with a shocking announcement. Her post read, "I divorce you, I divorce you, I divorce you. Take care, your ex-wife." This wasn't just any casual update. This was a declaration of her divorce from Sheikh bin Mohammed, her husband of barely a year. But why Instagram? Why make such a personal decision public? The answer lies in the betrayal that had unfolded behind closed doors. The announcement came as a surprise to many, especially considering the couple's highly publicized wedding just a year prior. In early 2023, Sheikha Mahra and Sheikh Mana tied the knot in one of Dubai's most lavish ceremonies. It was a union that was supposed to signify the blending of two powerful royal bloodlines, and the world watched with admiration as the princess and her prince began their new life together. Fast forward a year later, and that fairy tale had completely unraveled. The sudden Instagram post was seen as a symbolic act of defiance against her husband's indiscretions. Mahra, who was widely adored in Dubai for her elegance and charity work, was now making it clear she would not tolerate betrayal, not even from her husband, a member of the royal family. Mahra wasn't done yet. Immediately after announcing the divorce, she deleted every trace of her husband from her Instagram feed. To her millions of followers, this wasn't just a simple breakup. This was a royal declaration. It sent a clear message. Sheikh Mana was no longer part of her life, and she wasn't going to pretend otherwise. What made this particularly powerful was that Mahra wasn't only a royal, she was a modern woman using social media to take control of her narrative. As the dust settled from Mahra's explosive announcement, rumors began to swirl about what had really caused the sudden end to their marriage. The root of it all? Infidelity. Sources close to the royal family revealed that Sheikh Mana had been involved in multiple affairs, something that was deeply hurtful to Sheikha Mahra. Dubai's elite may live in opulence, but even they are not immune to the pain of betrayal. Infidelity is always devastating in any relationship, but within a royal marriage, the stakes are even higher. The scandal didn't just involve Mahra and Mana, it had the potential to tarnish the reputation of Dubai's ruling family. As rumors of the cheating spread, it became clear that this wasn't a one-off affair. Allegedly, Sheikh Mana's behavior had been ongoing for some time, and Mahra had finally had enough. Mahra's decision to use the triple talaq in her Instagram post wasn't just an emotional reaction. It carried heavy cultural and legal weight. In Islamic law, talaq refers to divorce, and when uttered 3 times, it makes the divorce final and irrevocable. Traditionally, this practice has been used by men to divorce their wives, but in this instance, Mahra flipped the script. By using the triple talaq, she not only publicly accused her husband of cheating, but she also declared that their marriage was over for good. This bold move sparked debates about gender roles and power dynamics within Islamic marriages. While the triple talaq has been banned in some countries, it remains a controversial practice in others. Mahra's use of it was seen as an act of empowerment, a statement that she wouldn't be a silent victim of her husband's unfaithfulness. Mahra's Instagram post quickly went viral. While some criticized her for airing her dirty laundry in public, many more rallied behind her, praising her bravery and independence. She became a symbol of empowerment for women in the region, proving that even royalty can take a stand against mistreatment. While Sheikha Mahra's bold move captivated the public, many were left wondering, how would her father, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, react? As the ruler of Dubai, Sheikh Mohammed has always maintained a carefully curated public image, one of power, stability, and modern leadership. A scandal of this magnitude threatened to undermine that image, and it's clear that behind the scenes, the fallout was intense. Sources close to the royal family suggest that Sheikh Mohammed was deeply displeased, not only with Sheikh Mana's alleged infidelity, but with how public the entire situation had become. For a man who has ruled Dubai for decades, this was a personal and political blow. Sheikh Mohammed has always placed immense value on family honor, and this scandal was a direct challenge to that. Although Sheikh Mohammed has not publicly commented on the matter, it's rumored that he has quietly distanced himself from Sheikh Mahra. In royal circles, banishment is a way of signaling that someone is no longer in favor, and many believe this is exactly what has happened to Sheikh Mahra. He has been noticeably absent from recent royal events, and insiders claim that he has been stripped of several of his official titles. In the royal hierarchy, this type of punishment is not uncommon when a member steps out of line. Sheikh Mahra's future within the royal family looks bleak, and many believe that he will remain an outcast, at least for the foreseeable future. Sheikha Mahra is no stranger to the public eye, but her rise to fame wasn't solely due to her royal lineage. Born into immense wealth and privilege, Mahra has always been a beloved figure in Dubai's high society. Her interests in horse riding and philanthropy have earned her a reputation as one of the region's most progressive royals. Unlike many of her counterparts, Mahra has embraced the power of social media to connect with her followers and showcase her personality. Known for her charitable work and advocacy for women's rights, Mahra has long been seen as a modern face of royalty. She regularly participates in high-profile events and has become a role model for young women across the UAE. However, her divorce has shown that even the most glamorous lives can be filled with turmoil. Despite the challenges she's faced in her personal life, Mahra remains committed to her causes. Her decision to divorce Sheikh Mahra so publicly may have been a personal one, but it also sent a broader message about standing up for oneself, regardless of one's status or circumstances. In a world where women are often expected to remain silent about their suffering, Mahra's actions have resonated deeply with many. Sheikh Mahra bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum was once regarded as a shining figure in Dubai's royal circles. As part of a prestigious family, he grew up in the shadow of Dubai's greatest rulers, inheriting their grace, charisma, and a life of privilege. His marriage to Sheikha Mahra was seen as the union of two royal dynasties, one that would not only strengthen family ties, but also maintain the legacy of Dubai's ruling elite. Sheikh Mahra was admired for his modern take on leadership and his involvement in charitable initiatives, much like his then wife Mahra. But beneath the surface, cracks were already forming. Rumors of infidelity, long before Mahra's public post, began to circulate among those close to the royal family. Despite his public persona, Sheikh Mahra's private life began to unravel. His alleged affairs not only broke the trust of his wife, but also led to a monumental fallout within the royal family. The royal court, known for its discretion and maintenance of family reputation, was suddenly facing a very public embarrassment. Following the divorce, Sheikh Mahra became a ghost within the royal circle. Once a prominent figure at royal events, his presence diminished. Sources suggest that he has been effectively banished from many of his former responsibilities, a move that signals the depth of displeasure from the royal family, especially from his father-in-law, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. While Sheikh Mahra remains a part of the royal family, the shadow of disgrace lingers heavily over his legacy, and his future role within the family remains uncertain. Currently, little is known about Sheikh Mahra's future endeavors. However, rumor has it that he's spending time in the UK. What's certain, however, is that his fall from grace was swift and public. Once a beloved figure, Sheikh Mahra is now often remembered for his betrayal rather than his accomplishments. Sheikha Mahra's Instagram post announcing her divorce sent shockwaves across the globe. While the royal family remained tight-lipped, social media erupted with reactions. Many celebrated her boldness, especially women who saw her as a symbol of empowerment. In the Middle East, where cultural traditions often expect discretion in such matters, Mahra's public confrontation was a significant shift. Women praised her for taking control of her narrative. Many saw this as a moment where a royal figure was challenging outdated norms, and it sparked widespread conversations about gender roles and personal agency within royal families. Meanwhile, the royal family has maintained their composure, with any internal conflicts handled quietly. Post-divorce, Sheikha Mahra has not only returned to her charitable endeavors, but has also expanded her influence in the fashion world. One notable move was the release of a perfume in her fashion line, fittingly titled Divorce. This fragrance launch was more than just a business decision. It was a bold statement. By naming her perfume Divorce, Mahra transformed her personal experience into a symbol of strength and reinvention, showing the world that she is not defined by the past, but empowered by it. During this time, Mahra publicly acknowledged her father, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, for taking her side and supporting her through the ordeal. His unwavering backing, choosing his daughter over his nephew, sent a powerful message about family loyalty and justice. With this solid foundation of support, Mahra continues to inspire others. Now, as a symbol of independence and resilience, Mahra's influence extends far beyond royal circles. Her dedication to causes like women's empowerment and child welfare, combined with her success in fashion, proves that she is more than a princess. She is a global role model. As the dust begins to settle on this royal scandal, one thing is clear. Sheikha Mahra's story isn't just about betrayal, it's about empowerment. By taking control of her narrative, she has shown the world that even in the most elite circles, women have the right to stand up for themselves and their dignity. Her divorce may have been headline news, but her resilience is what will be remembered. Where the future takes Sheikha Mahra is anyone's guess, but one thing is certain, she's forging her own path. Thanks for watching! If you enjoyed this video and want more, make sure to like, subscribe, and click on the next video.